Good day, everyone. I'm very excited to explore and learn English with all of you today. I'm Teacher Julie, and join me in this fun journey of learning English in Lingo Bingo Thursdays of Teacher Vibal. Let's begin to our lesson for today. Are you wondering what tenses are? Teacher Julie, is that the feeling of being nervous? Maybe if you take that in the literal sense. But in the English grammar, tenses have a different meaning. We'll know more about that by answering these three questions. First, what are tenses? Second, how do we create sentences with perfect and progressive tenses? Third, what is the importance of using proper tenses in our daily lives? Are you ready to answer these questions? Let's go! Before we proceed, let's have first a quick review. Do you still remember what verbs are? These are right. These are commonly known as action words that imply what the subject is doing in the sentence. Examples are dance, clap, talk, and wink. Alright! But did you know that that is not always the case? Why? It is because verbs can also refer to who or what the subject is, was, or will be doing in the sentence. The best example is the be verb, and it has different forms based on when it had happened. Oh, and that leads us to our lesson for the day. Grammatical tense refers to the implication of a verb to reflect its place in time, whether it's in the past, present, or future. Simply put, it means that it tells us when the action had happened. Let's take a look at the following sentences. I played. I play. I will play. Each of these sentences tells us when the action had happened. Other than these three general divisions of time, the past, present, and future, there are more specific verb tenses that implies a more particular time. These are, any guess? These are the perfect tenses, progressive tenses, and the perfect progressive tenses. A perfect form implies a completed action, while a progressive form indicates a continuous effort. And lastly, a perfect progressive form mostly indicates a continuous work that will be completed at a definite time. If that is the case, then how many verbs do we have all in all? Correct! We have 12 verb tenses. Whew, so many, right? But don't worry. For today, we'll only be focusing on perfect and progressive tenses. Sometimes these two tenses can seem a bit hard to identify, but there's a critical difference. Let's find out by starting first with the perfect tenses. Like simple tenses, the perfect tenses have three definite spaces in time: the past perfect, the present perfect, and the future perfect tense. To form these three perfect tenses, you need to remember your three H's. Has, have, and had. These are what we call auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs are helping verbs. It helps us form the tenses, moods, and voices of verbs. That's just a side note, but there's another one. Another thing you need to know when forming the perfect tenses is the past participle form of the verb. The past participle form of the verb is formed by adding "d" or "ed" at the end of the word. However, there are some words that change its spelling or change the whole word itself. Let's try the word walk for an example. The past tense is walk and the past participle is the same. walked. Now you try doing the next one. The word is talk. What would be its past tense and past participle form? Right. The answer is talked. Let's go to the next round. The word we have is hide. If you turn it into its past tense, it will become hid. And the past participle form is hidden. Got that? Now let's see how you change the word choose to its past tense and past participle form. Alright? In 3, 2, 1, and the answer would be the past tense is chose and the past participle form is chosen. Now I think you're ready. A blast from the past, starting off with the past perfect tense. The past perfect tense is used in describing an action that happened in the past before another past action took place. To write your sentences in the past perfect tense, just simply follow this guide. Subject plus had plus past participle form of the verb plus the rest of the sentences. Let's take this for an example. Carlo had lived in Cebu before he moved to Manila. Why is it in the past perfect tense? Well, because before he had moved to Manila, an action took place before it, which is when he had lived in Cebu. Both of these actions are accomplished and had happened in the past, and therefore, the sentence is in the past perfect tense. Oh, by the way guys, don't forget that regardless of the singularity and plurality of the subject in our sentence, the helping verb for the past perfect tense is always had. Next is the present perfect tense. When we say present perfect tense, it means that it is an action that started in the past and was completed at the present time. To quickly remember how this is formed, you can refer to the sentence equation. Subject plus has or have plus past participle form of the verb plus the rest of the sentences. Let us read the sentences. Massey has lost weight. John and Nikki have eaten their breakfast. Let's try to analyze why these sentences are in the present perfect tense. Aha! It is because all these actions are done in the past and was completed in the present time. But how? Well, Massey cannot just lose weight instantly. She might have started losing weight for various reasons in the past and just noticed the big difference now. Same thing with John and Nikki. They have eaten their breakfast in the morning, but this statement could have been said within the day, but not specifically in the morning, so technically it is still in the past. Whew, quite confusing, right? So just remember, it happened in the past and was completed at the moment. Wait, before we leave this behind, do you know when to use your has and have in your sentences? Alright, you use has when you have a singular subject and have for a plural subject. Great job! Now, let's have a trip in the future. Last but not the least for the perfect tense family is the future perfect tense. So what does this tense have to imply? Well, bear in mind that perfect tenses imply accomplished or completed actions, and putting them in the future means that... Correct! It means that it denotes an action that is planned to be accomplished or completed at a future time. To form future perfect tenses in your sentences, you may refer to this guide. Subject plus will or shall plus has or have plus past participle form of the verb plus the rest of the sentence. Let's read this example. I will have completed all the episodes of my favorite show tomorrow. Now kids, why do you think this one is in the future perfect tense? Besides the fact that it has the word will and it has the same pattern with the guide a while ago. In 3, 2, 1, let's analyze. Well, I have stated that the action completed will be done not today, but tomorrow. It simply means that I plan to complete all the episodes in the future implied by the word tomorrow in my sentence. Got that? Great. Now we're done with the perfect tense family. Was that difficult? Of course not. Just remember that perfect tenses implies something has already been done, whether it is in the past, present, or future. That's the reason why they're called perfect. Now, let's proceed to our next dish, the progressive tenses. The progressive or continuous tense has some differences you should pay attention to. To start off, progressive tense is used when you're talking about something that is happening and most likely to continue or progress. To avoid confusion, just remember that if it is progressing, it is happening and it is moving. Happening? So it means you are eating, singing, dribbling, watching, talking. To make it simple, you use the present tense of the verb followed by the present participle of the main verb ending in ing. So that's be verb plus ing. Example, present is plus talk plus ing equals is talking. Just remember, the suffix is ing. There are 3 progressive tenses in English. Any guess? Awesome! These are the past progressive, present progressive, and future progressive tenses. What are past progressive tenses? Past progressive tenses are used in expressing events that lasted for a duration in the past. You may use this in expressing durations, interrupted actions in progress, actions that are happening at the same time, and in making polite requests. To form the past progressive, you may use this formula: subject plus was or were plus present participle and of course the ing at the end of the verb. For example, I was reading when the teacher called my name. Your turn. Fill in the blank in the sentence. I am blank sleeping when I arrive. That is right. Ian was sleeping when I arrived. Next is the present progressive tense. The present progressive tense expresses actions that are happening right now or are progressing. You may use this in expressing actions that are happening or progressing at the very moment. To form this, it is subject plus am, is, are plus present participle and of course the ing at the end of the verb. For example, Nathan is watching television. Now try this one. Jerome is ride blank his bike. The answer is riding. Great. Lastly is the future progressive tense. The future progressive tense expresses events that will happen in the future and are expected to progress at an expected length of time. We use this in expressing future actions that will progress. To form the future progressive tense, it is subject plus will or shall be plus present participle and of course the ing to the end of the verb. Look at this example. Renz will be finishing high school next year. Let us see if you understood. Trish will be travel blank next month. The answer is traveling. Trish will be traveling next month. You're doing great! So, we can use it like this. Jen was laughing so hard, Louis is dribbling the ball, and Al will be playing with his friends. Again, don't forget to add the suffix ing to words that are happening, progressing, and will be happening. Your turn! Time to get your pen and papers. Can you write sentences of what you have done, what you're doing, and what you plan to do during the quarantine? Once you're done, underline the perfect tenses and encircle the progressive tenses. Ready? I'll share mine first. During the quarantine, we just stayed at home. But even so, I have donated face masks to our frontliners, and my sister has cooked food to our garbage collectors. In my spare time, I am trying to learn the Filipino Sign Language, and I am also trying to bake pastries. How about you? Share what you have created in the comment section below. There are simple but important differences between these two tenses, so make sure that you pay attention to them. Just keep writing and reading so that you can get used to using the proper one. Great! Remember that it is important for us to use the proper tenses so that we may convey the right message. And it plays a vital role in constructing meaning to whatever we say or write. That is why it is important for you to remember the three H's: has, have, and had for perfect tenses, and the ing for the progressive tenses. I enjoyed learning with you guys today. I hope you join us in our next adventure. And oh, don't forget to share this video and bring your friends along next time. Okay? Again, this is Teacher Julie, and don't forget to like this video and turn on the notification bell to hear from me and other Teacher Vibal soon. Bye!